This is your reminder that the BBC has yet to address the consistent transphobic leanings in its news coverage, and while the team behind Doctor Who is not connected to this in any way since this is a BBC-owned property, I'm going to keep pointing it out until the problem gets resolved. Links in a pinned comment below if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'll stop saying it when it stops being a problem. Well, season 2 of Doctor Who has a proper trailer as opposed to just the teaser one before. Sorry I didn't get to this sooner. I was away for the weekend. It's also possible you're getting this even later than I planned, depending on how big of jerks the BBC and Disney feel like being about this. I'm still going to roll the dice and give it a try because, well, I had a reaction on the main channel for the main trailer last year. Of course, that was before BBC started getting more aggressive at me. But we're going to try anyway, and hopefully I can put this together in a way that makes it work. Partially in service of that, I am going to be pausing it as we go, which is not normally how I do reactions, but I'm hoping it'll help. If it gets really bad, you might just get stills. So if that's the case, you might have to be sure you've checked the trailer on your own time. All right, let's take a look at this thing. Okay, so I've got it paused at 0, and we have our new companion in bed looking out at a strange light. I do like the light composition of this shot, actually. That's pretty nice. All right, let's go.
There are forces beyond this universe.
Alien spotting, of course. All right. That's... This is an interesting mix of high-tech, but also, like, looking a little aged, a little ragged. Like, you would think with, like, some of the high-tech looking stuff, they'd have a more pristine color on that. But they're going for more of an earth tone. That's kind of interesting. This kind of complements the color palette of the shot we just saw, actually. It makes me wonder if they're from the same episode, and that's just, like, the color palette of the episode as a whole. Don't know.
Clever.
Whoa, okay, we got soldiers. Hang on, let me see if I can get a better look at these. That is...
Children.
Oh, okay, it is clear on the front. For a second, I was like, that's very Stormtrooper looking. Okay, maybe not. What the...
These vast.
That had giant-ass spider vibes. There's a lot of ways you can go with a giant-ass spider in Doctor Who. You can call back to things like the Arachnos, or Planet of the Spiders, even. Or you could try and do something completely new. Don't call back to Arachnids in the UK. Probably best to skip that. This is interesting. It's weird. Like, so right now I'm paused on this shot of someone blonde walking down a hall, and my brain first thought went, Whittaker? I'm like, no! Like, what? No, that's probably Kate.
Creatures.
All right. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I like the hat. Especially with what it looks like other people around him are dressed. He looks like a banker. Oh! All right, that's cool. I am 100% here for giant walking skeleton. Like, especially for it being non-humanoid. That's very nice. Oh, Mel! Okay, so she's still coming back.
So what's your name?
Just the doctor.
All right, then. I'm called the nurse.
I mean, like, that's not that fresh or that clever a joke. I still kind of like it, though. Especially when it's delivered that sassily. Like, that's the thing. Sometimes the writing is good in a vacuum. Sometimes the writing is fine, but it's delivered well. Either can work.
There is something already connecting us.
Oh, come on. All right. Ah, crap. Okay. Dang it. On the one hand, it's not a new thing for Doctor Who to have actors come back and play another part. That's been a thing since Classic. It's not even a new thing to have actors who played smaller parts come back in much more substantial ones. It's happened with the Doctor as a character twice. So, like, I understand that she appeared in just the previous episode, but here's the problem. I get that maybe they want to hang a lampshade on it. I'm kind of hoping that's all it is. They're in the trailer, they're putting a hell of a lot of weight behind it. Not a fan of that, because that is immediately giving me flashbacks of Susan Twist's character, which we don't need to be calling back to that. You can tell that this was written before the before season 1 aired and was in production before season 1 aired, because if they'd known the reception of that finale, they wouldn't be kind of calling back to it with this. But here we are. Hopefully it is just a callback and we're not like, okay. Look, even aside from the fact that it connects to a story that didn't pan out that great, I would have issues with this anyway, because, like, I just want the companion to be a person that, like, just travels and they bond and it's nice. Like, I've talked a lot over the years about my frustration with making the Doctor too important. I have the same issue with the companion, like building this big lore around the companion or this secret connection with the companion. Like, I'm not going to say that it can't ever work, but I didn't find it interesting when they did it with Clara. I am not going to particularly be drawn towards it with this. Like, this whole, we have been drawn together by destiny or we're somehow connected. Like, just go out and have adventures. Damn it. Okay.
Anglican Marine. This is a time machine.
Boom.
Okay, yeah, they're drawing a lot of attention to that. I suppose the one thing that'll maybe be more interesting about it than, like, how it was the big thing last season where, like, he scanned Ruby and he's like, about it, is maybe he'll just be more upfront with this companion and be like, yeah, here's some stuff, instead of, like, he's looking into it by himself. Like, not that I have a problem with the Doctor being mysterious and keeping stuff from the companions. It's fine when he does that, but he did that already. So, like, he did that already last year. So,
I am not one of your adventures.
You need to get me home.
Oh.
It's my...
Yeah, you got to have that initial reluctance, apparently. I don't know. Hopefully, like, she's very on board after this. I don't know. I kind of like when the companion is excited right off the bat, like Rose was, like Martha was, like Amy was. I don't know. I'm not as big of a fan of the I don't actually want to be here companion. Again, I'm not saying it can't ever work, but not my preference.
Need a long way round.
You're Scooby-Doo.
Honey, I'm Velma. You're not to voyage out there and own it.
That was a cute line. That was a cute line. I'm not sure if it tracks, but it's a cute line. Honestly, Doctor, I think you're Fred. Like, especially this incarnation, like, you have the fashion sense to go for the ascot. And then on top of that, like, while you know better, you do feel like the one in the group who'd go, let's split up and look for clues, gang. So I'm not sure you're Velma. Oh well, it's a cute line.
Own it.
We're just popping
Like
in.
the dress.
Girl, you are beginning to enjoy this.
Okay. Pretty sights. I like that. I like when the show looks good. That having been said, given some of the videos that I've made in the last couple of years about how few episodes we get now, I would happily sacrifice grand shots like this for more episodes. I will take more episodes that look a little worse if anyone's willing to make that deal. I know that's not actually how it works, but, you know, I'm just saying.
Welcome to the Interstellar Song Contest.
Oh, God. We had a cat person again. I'm not a huge fan of the cat people. It was a little... let me back it up. That's a slightly different design from New Earth and Gridlock. I would assume it's still connected, though. It would be weird to have it be a different race of cat people, or maybe they just won't mention it at all. Who knows? All right, so some kind of contest. I think I'd heard somewhere that the guy who was like on the mic, he's like somebody in the UK. I don't know. Even if he was somebody in the US, that's not my kind of entertainment.
Oh, we're so staying.
We're staying.
I love
Whoa! Mrs. Flood. I forgot about her. Legitimately, I forgot. Because I don't care. And I feel like at this point, a lot of the people who don't care is because they weren't that happy with the results of the finale, the first season. I didn't care before then. I didn't care when they first hinted at stuff with her at the end of his Christmas special. I don't... okay. Yeah.
So we're going to him.
I'm beaming at you.
Okay. This, I am real into and real curious about. Like, I'm curious as to the logistics and what's going on, but like, this is a fun idea. This is the kind of thing that I love Doctor Who for being able to do. That's very authentic looking animation too.
But the games are deadly.
Tell a story.
Missing. Hang on. Let me back that up just a tiny bit. None of these are names I'm recognizing. It is interesting that it's all black men. I cannot imagine that is coincidental.
Tell a story.
Aren't you scared?
What the hell is that climbing up? It's like it's got tree branches in its head. Is that you, Groot?
Because it likes the taste.
Okay, so there's Ruby. She is still appearing a little bit, which is good. I liked her. I liked Millie Gibson. She was quite good.
I promised that I would keep you safe.
Yeah, you promised that a lot, dude, and it's never true. I get it. He's afraid nobody will travel with him if he doesn't promise that, but like, dude, it's never true.
I can. I will.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to pause and like process what I'm seeing if I have thoughts. That's a glowy ball. I don't really have thoughts on a glowy ball.
I do.
Okay.
I will take you home.
Oh, all right. It's mechanical. That's not organic. There's like pistons, and that's a joint. Okay. That's interesting. The mask. I mean, granted, it's just one shot. The mask is giving tribal, which, oh boy, I hope this doesn't make me sound racist, but it makes me wonder if it's connected to like all the missing black men. If they're gonna do that kind of story, just be careful. Like, are we doing a villainous space Anansi thing? I don't know. Could be interesting. Be careful. I mean, like, look, season 1 handled some race issues really, really, really well with Dot and Bubble in particular, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get less nervous. But that's curious. Well, scrap any possibility that it's connected to any of the previous giant spiders that we've had on the show, because those were all just giant spiders. This is something else. Okay. I should put an arachnophobia warning at the start of this video. Hopefully I remember to do that.
That is a promise.
It's a promise you make a lot, dude! Oh, wait for it.
Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Doctor Who YouTube channel.
There it is. All right. Looks great, for sure. Looks fantastic. But of course, you know, I also thought a lot of Whittaker's era looked pretty good. That didn't mean that I liked all of it. That having been said, it's a well cut together trailer. Like a bunch of little glimpses, like just enough to be like, ooh, that's something weird. I want to know more about that. You know, here's this thing coming out of a screen. There's Ruby. There's this giant mechanical spider. That is a good way to hook me in and really get me curious about what we're getting. So it's certainly a well cut together trailer. I'm not going to go through frame by frame and try and parse what everything is, but from what I did grab, I'm a little mixed. The main thing being like this idea that there's something special about this companion. Don't want it. Hopefully it is small. Hopefully it is just a small explanation for why she looks like somebody else. I don't expect it to be as meaningful, but like how the explanation for why Peter Capaldi's doctor looked like what's his face from ancient Rome, that was handled briefly, and in that case very emotionally and meaningfully. I don't expect that to be the case, but I don't want any more time dedicated to it in this than it was there. So yeah, I don't want that to be a big thing. Mrs. Flood, I don't care. But there's a good rollicking adventure vibe. There's some good like creepy moments too. Creepy energy, which I'm here for. I really like when Doctor Who goes creepy, goes unsettling, goes scary. I love Blink. I love 73 Yards. I love The Family of Blood. Like, I like when the show gets a little bit like, wait a minute, what was that? Famously, the show used to scare kids. They used to hide behind the couch when the Daleks came, and that's not enough anymore. But I am here for, using more current horror tactics to scare a more modern audience. I'm here for that. Not here for jump scares. I find those cheap. But like, if you can build the atmosphere, oh yeah, I'm here for that. So, yeah. Mostly positive, couple of concerns, but then again, I'm me. If you're new around here by some chance, you will almost never get unqualified hype from me. I don't try to be a downer. I really don't. But there is a part of my brain that is going through whatever information I get and cataloging the ways it could go wrong. That's my brain, and I'm sorry. If you are just pure hyped for this, awesome. I am real happy for you. I've got a smile on my face, so don't diminish that. This is pretty good. But yeah, what were your thoughts on this trailer? Were there any specific things that I missed that you would have liked me to mention and comment on? Feel free to drop those down in the comments or whatever your thoughts are. Drop something down there and let's talk about it. Patreon pays the bills and enables me to do this as my living, even if you can't help me out that way. Like, share, subscribe, especially knowing that this is probably going to get claimed by the freaking BBC and I'm going to have to fight them on this. But don't worry too much about any of that. Any help you can give is a very much appreciated, but what I really want you to remember is that you are beautiful, you are valid, and you are loved. You are the council. I'm just running the meetings. And until next time, this council is adjourned. And now to thank my highest supporting Patreon supporters. Robin Moore, Zubin Lutfula, Goddess Elida, Welsh Wrestling Geeks, Oliver B., Melissa Pedersen, Movie Turtle, Ulrich Bogdan, Melinda Walters, Auntie Kate 808, Andre, Becky Sparks, Claire Wright, Renabilax the Poodle, Tracy Scrabbit, Angry Casperl, Dave Hall, Quite Bearish, Rosalind Bennett, Adam RDL Taylor, Palbo Rabajagal, Mary Mello, Mira G, and Sir Didymus is my favorite. If you want to see me try and read your name while dealing with these little pains in my butt, check out the rewards on my Patreon and see if there's any that you like.